the first major problem that the administration confronted within a few weeks of being in office, and which has crippled the regime for 7 years, is that they had assumed that when they get into office, they will meet liquidity waiting for them. That their only role is to spend it. Can you please tell us how you plan to get money? Thank you, Your Excellency.
On the issue of liquidity, mine is to always ask the same question. How do governments of other countries get their own liquidity? Because they are going through the same problem we're going through. You've seen government complain every day that our revenue to GDP is low. My answer to that is, it's wrong. For you to generate revenue, like going to bank, you have to pay in first. Then you can withdraw. You can't go to withdraw without paying in. And how does government pay in? It is the job of government to ensure and invest in economic growth and then create job and employment which will allow people to come and pay taxes. You cannot have 100 million people living in poverty and you're expecting robust revenue. Where are you going to get it from? The number of people, if you use the standard, Nigeria is 200 million people. So the number of people that are supposed to be working, gainfully employed, if you use the world average of 50-60%, it's 120 million. But all of us know that today, the number of people that are gainfully employed and working in Nigeria is about 40 million. So you have about 60 to 70 million people unproductive. So they're not doing anything for you. So what you need to do is to start pulling those people out of poverty, have a robust economic growth, and then you will be able to have the liquidity the government needs to function. How does government generate money everywhere is to ask questions. And if I may use just one situation, one country, to give you an example, a big country, let me not leave the Western world, America and Britain, and go to Asia, China. China finances its budget. Today, the last budget that followed was about 4 trillion. Out of this 4 trillion, 3.2 trillion came from taxes. 50% of that came from tax to micro, small businesses. And this segment is providing job. 60% of the job in China. Employed people in China is 800 million. So they are providing 540 million people. In fact, in urban areas, it's about 80%. So it's a simple thing that you need to inject and support the economy for economic growth, which will in turn make people, the more you're robust and more your economy is, the more you can earn from taxes and other incomes. That's how government can be liquid. Again, countries borrow money. They borrow money and invest. If you borrow for investment, which is what I was saying before, you have an economic growth, which in turn brings in more liquidity and revenue.